Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another mediocre episode of Scoops at Sorcery. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Thursday Night, the Father of Runes, and with me as always is my Joe host.
Hey guys. So we got a lot to digest in this what they're calling Metal Week for
Yes.
Magic. Um,
That
and a
hurts my
big
head.
shout out to Amana Marth, who is somebody very close.
Monomarth's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, and they previewed probably one of the coolest cards. I think that was previewed. It's not the Kaya, because I think everyone liked Kaya. Everyone got really hyped for it. But again, we're here to talk about Kaldheim and the 20 to 30 preview cards that we've gotten so far.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to talk about every single one.
No,
We're going to
talk about
highlights
the
for
bigger
sure.
ones.
Yeah. And then some of the more interesting mechanics that are coming back in the set.
Yeah.
Mechanics that explode for the set, and some archetypes, things like that.
Sure, and please be aware that we will have our phones out for this video, just because, again, we didn't do a printout, we didn't do anything crazy like that. It's just a little bit easier for us to have a visual.
This is a professional, top-tier show, and we have nothing but the best production value, research, and staff. And by those things, I mean Joe and I are completely alone tonight. Camera guy Tommy's sleeping.
Correct.
And we have our cell phones.
Yep.
And we're just going to hang out and talk about Kaldheim.
Yeah, that's all we really need. So I want to start off, I guess, by saying I thought it was a great idea for WotC to go about bringing in all those metal bands to review the 4 or 5 previewed cards that they did.
Specifically speaking, they got a bunch of some of the more Scandinavian bent metal bands.
Yes, correct.
So they didn't just go and try to contact like Metallica or Linkin Park.
Course, yeah. Like they went with like your
Mastodon.
They went with the Monomarth, who was all primarily Vikings, Norse mythology, Thor, Odin.
That was a master stroke. I will say I don't think some of it came off as a little disingenuous to me.
No, of course. I mean, truthfully speaking, I'm sure that some of these guys have played the game before or seen it.
Or maybe some of them have heard of it.
Exactly. But, like, it did seem very contrived and very, like, we're reading it from a script.
I was watching Mastodon's, their I guess their reveal, and I was just thinking, I don't think these guys play Magic.
No, and that's okay. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, I can't think of the name of the band that did Kaya, but they all had cards on a table. They literally sat down, and it looked like they were playing Magic before they were going into a recording episode. Again, I apologize to you guys for not knowing exactly what your name was. I probably should have known that. But regardless of that, it's wonderful to see that, though.
Yeah.
Like, even though some of them are not familiar with it, but it's still good that Magic is throwing just that ode to the metal genre, as well as the callback to Norse mythology and everything. But if I could be honest with you, though, I think it's a low blow.
Okay.
I am myself a huge metal fan. I've seen Amana Marth at least a dozen times over the last 10 to 15 years.
Once in my life.
So, and it's just very very gimmicky. You know what I mean? Like, I'm super happy we're doing the Vikings, the metal. I love that concept of it. But it makes me upset that we're taking the things that I love and we're just cheapening them down to get that quick extra little burst of cash just to buy a pack or something.
I mean,
you see what I'm saying? It's pandering to that lowest denominator.
I don't think I do. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna go back to an episode we did a while ago when we talked about one of our first episodes, The Walking Dead Secret Lair.
Yeah.
And one of the points that I believe you made was that I don't think Walking Dead fans are going to go out and buy this product.
But they did. They just came out with the numbers. Like, have you not seen any of that stuff?
Well, I saw that. No. I saw that it was bought.
It's the most sold single-handedly thing. And it was bought in majority by a lot of non-Magic players, from what they're saying. Is people just bought
I would love to see the data. I would love to see the actual sales data to back that up.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is, I don't picture your average Amon Amarth fan that doesn't play Magic going and saying, "Oh, sweet, I'm gonna go buy some packs of this Magic Gathering game because Amon Amarth told me to."
Well, I mean, sure, that's going to happen. That is going to be a guaranteed percentage. In the law of averages, that's
the law of averages, you may get one guy who comes in and buys a pack of Magic.
Sure. But I'm saying, like, we're talking about, like, the metalheads or the faux metalheads that would come into a shop. They play Magic on a Friday night. They're wearing their.
They were already buying.
I know, but I'm saying like when you're coupling those together, it's just further trying to push that bond. Like we're talking like the Avenged Sevenfold kids, the Five Finger Death Punch kids, like the Linkin Park dudes. They're like,
hey, I was a Linkin Park dude.
Yeah, but like Linkin Park's not metal.
No, they're not.
You see
well,
what I'm saying?
I think they're technically called new metal.
Yes, but people who identify generally with that stuff. Some of them may play Magic, some of them may not. But to them, it's like, whoa, this metal band's doing Magic. We better.
I guess I can concede that you have a point there. Like I can tell you that I don't think any Godzilla fans that weren't Magic the Gathering fans got hyped for Ikoria. But sure. when those streams crossed, people were more excited.
Correct, but there are those collectors of the Godzilla merchandise, toys, Toho, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That went and bought a set of those Godzilla cards.
But do you think your average Amon Amarth fan is going to go pick up?
Hell no.
Okay.
I guarantee you the normal Amon Amarth fan will probably beat up the kid that's buying the cards.
I mean,
I'm
not going to challenge an Amon Amarth fan to come fight me because I don't like fighting people.
I'll challenge any Amon Amarth fan that I know. Jeff, Kishpod's fine. You can come beat me up if you want, but I know for a fact they're not playing Metal anymore and they think it's lame.
Your constant death wish staggers me at all times. Some Viking is going to kill you in the parking lot and set fire to your body and start screaming in Scandinavian, and I'm just going to be there thinking,
Krug, you can
show's
come
over. No. If you say Krug's name too many times, he's going to high-five you to death.
That's fine, but I've known Krug for years, and Krug's who I talked to online the other day about this. I was
Shout out to Anthony the Krug, one of the greatest Magic judges I've ever had the privilege of working with.
But that's what I'm saying. I was talking to him about it, and we even talked about like how like your average Magic fan who may or may not be in the best standing of anything or anything. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones who are already playing.
Okay.
Like your Rainbow Brights and all that jazz. They're not going to the metal shows to see these guys talk about Magic. They're going to a metal show to hop in the pit and beat some face in. You know what I mean? But that's it. I digress. Right, that's just my hot take. I'm happy they're doing it. I would rather them just not pander to that lowest common denominator.
I don't know. I'm excited to see Magic branching out, and I'm excited to see them trying new things. I was very excited for Godzilla. I was less excited for the execution of The Walking Dead, but I did like the attempt.
Yeah.
I was really excited for they're trying new things. Like in Commander Legends, they tried the etched foils,
but do you want your hobby to
become
a gimmick?
My hobby's already a gimmick.
But do you want like every set, therefore after this last year, moving forward, just to be the gimmick of all gimmicks? Do you want like your Viking set that I'm sure you've been waiting for years too, to be just solicited as black metal set, Vikings, bands? I don't want that. I want pure Magic. I want to buy the stuff because I believe in it. I don't want to buy it just because WotC's like, here's a cute little bow. Harry Potter's coming out next week.
Well, I don't think that that's what they're doing. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to branch the game out and make it a little more palatable than the mainstream. And they're not shoveling heavy metal down your throat. They're just trying to do a tie-in.
No, and I'm happy that they're willing to do that. I just don't want to see that become a complete norm in the Magic community.
I think it's the direction the game is going in.
I
think that they have shareholders to appease. I think that they have numbers and targets and sales goals that they want to get. And I think, quite frankly, they've been squeezing the actual Magic community, the actual factual Magic community that's been here since 1993. They've been squeezing blood from that stone for over 25 years.
Yeah, but
it's time to grow the game, and the best way to grow the game is to appeal to different groups of people.
All right,
so there may be an Amon Amarth fan who sees this like, I'm going to check this game out after I beat the crap out of this kid listening to this. I don't know. I mean, I can't recite it in Scandinavian. But what I can say is, they might come check this game out, and you may get a couple new Magic players, and then you may get some Harry Potter fans.
Good. I want.
How many D&D players are going to start scrolling in this summer when Forgotten Realms comes out?
I mean, truth be told, D&D players are scrolling into it the moment they crossed over with the original. You know what I mean?
I actually think there's going to be a larger crossover from Magic to D&D, but we'll see.
I agree. No,
anyway, let's talk about Kaldheim.
Yeah, I mean,
and not just about heavy metal bands.
So I love the new bordering they've done.
Oh,
the old runic stone style.
God,
I think it's pretty. I mean, only unfortunately we have the one card right now.
No, we have two. We have 3 cards now. You have the wolf. What's his name?
Saruf, Realm Eater. It's Saruf.
It is Saruf, the Realm Eater. Black, green, and 1 legendary creature wolf. 3/3. Whenever a permanent opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Saruf Realm Eater. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Saruf has 1 or more +1/+1 counters on it, you may remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent with a converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed in this way. Fenrir's Deed?
Kind of, in a way. I mean, I like the concept of it. I don't think you're going to see heavy play in Commander. I think you're going to see heavy play in your standards, your limited formats.
I think he'll see a lot of standard play during his time. I think he'll see some modern play. I don't think he'll touch Legacy or Vintage. I mean, as with any set that comes out, he'll see some Commander play in the beginning, I think.
But yeah, people are going to be hyped. People are going to get their nice etch copy or whatever of it. And
well, you get your heavy metal. You'll get your, I don't know, mythological Norse. So, the best way to describe the aesthetic, Norse border is good. If you remember the riders from Rohan from Lord of the Rings, that style, which is based off of the Scandinavian style, lots of just like crossed lines, thatch work, curly cues, with like thick, heavy borders, thick, heavy.
It's pretty, and it's color identified as well.
Yes.
So like with
some
this,
of them are black, some of them are green, and there's a gold tint. Yeah. Good. So he's, I think, one of the more interesting creatures. That border shows up on Halvar, God of Battle.
Correct.
Nifty card. We've got gods again. We did know they were coming.
And they are not enchantments, and they are not
activatable. They do have a twist.
They are modular double-faced cards.
Modal double-faced cards, yes. Halvar, God of Battle, his front side, white, and 2 for a 4/4 legendary creature, God.
Yep.
Creatures you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike.
Not bad.
At the beginning of each combat, you may attach target aura or equipment attached to a creature you control to target creature you control. So right before you swing, you can move your swords around.
Yeah.
But
like an Arden.
Yeah, but his flip side, he is the Sword of the Realms. Legendary artifact equipment, white and a colorless. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has vigilance. Whenever equipped creature dies, return it to its owner's hand, and its equipped cost is the same as its mana cost, a white and a colorless.
I like the god better than I like the sword.
I honestly, I feel the opposite. I like the sword a little more than I like the god.
Really?
My Bant commander deck is all about swords.
Okay.
I love it's an equipment deck. It's all swords, all swords all the time.
Sure.
I think he'll go in that deck because either side is great.
Sure.
Quite frankly. But once again, he is available with a standard card frame and with this alternate Norse frame,
which is like a very pretty white marble-esque, stone-esque color.
Yeah. So the third card that we have in that border, if I could find her, there we go. Magda the Brazen Outlaw.
The dwarf?
She is a legendary creature, dwarf berserker. For a red and a colorless mana, 2/1. Other dwarves you control get +1/+0. So dwarves are back.
Of course, dwarves. There's no way dwarves wouldn't be back in this.
You know what? I agree, and I was speculating that too. But whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. So treasures are back. Wonderful. I like treasure tokens.
Yeah.
Sacrifice 5 treasures. Search your library for an artifact or dragon card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. I'm sorry, a dragon card.
You want to know something really funny?
What?
You can go infinite with it already.
With what?
We can go infinite with the white god.
From this set?
Yes.
Halvar, okay.
The sword. So make him a sword. He has a sword. Goblin. What's his name? Pirate Goblin. Makes treasures.
Breaches? Dockside Extortionist. Yes.
Right. So your dockside, you get that, and you get your dwarf here, right?
Okay.
And if you can make 3 treasures, you can just keep cycling it.
Oh, that's silly.
With like a goblin bombardment or something goofy like that. It's dumb.
But anyway, those are the cards we've seen with that border. Now we have other legendary creatures to offer.
Yes, we do.
We will also say we have a return of full art cards.
Yes, Kaya.
Kaya's
a big
Inexorable.
planeswalker.
One of 4 planeswalkers from this set.
Correct. It's Kaya.
Is Kaya.
Tybalt.
Tybalt! My boy.
Hopefully he's good this time.
Did you get a chance to watch the trailer for Kaldheim today?
I have not,
no. I found out at the end the narrator for the trailer is Tybalt.
Oh, good.
And he sounds like he is here to mess stuff up.
He should be. I think it's finally his time to do something. I don't think his last iteration during War of the Spark was bad.
No, he was good in War of the Spark.
He was very strong in War of the Spark. Yeah. He made a dude. He stopped life gain.
Yeah.
For 3 mana, he served his purpose.
But anyway, we got Kaya the Inexorable.
Yep.
A legendary Planeswalker, Kaya. 3 a black and a white. Planeswalker comes with 5 loyalty. +1 loyalty. Put a ghost form counter on up to 1 target non-token creature. It gains when this creature dies or is put into exile. Return it to its owner's hand and create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying.
Literally Kaya's ghost form on a Planeswalker for its plus.
-3, exile target non-land permanent.
Boom.
Love seeing that.
Removal for 5, right? She costs 5?
She costs 5. But -3 loyalty, so you still keep her around. And here we go. This is the big one. -7. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a legendary spell from your hand, from your graveyard, or from among cards you own in exile without paying its mana cost. What?
That's good. But again, if you're doing constructed,
yeah,
it's not great. But if you're doing commander or anything of that nature, it's busted.
Yeah. Planeswalker limit breaks are always designed to make you go, what?
Yeah.
Most of the time.
She's going to be a must-add for Orzhov.
This is a unique Kaya, in my opinion, because up to this point, her 3 different printings haven't really... she's always been the Planeswalker where she didn't really have that kind of what ultimate moment. She was always very utility. This time, she feels more
character.
like... She's
a lead character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen Tybalt. We haven't seen either of the 2 new Planeswalkers. We do have a non-binary character as a Planeswalker. I think the first canon non-binary character in Magic.
It's what they're saying, yes.
Don't know a lot about that. Was it Nico?
Yes.
Was the name? Mm-hmm. Was their name? So that'll be interesting to see what that card can do.
Mm-hmm. And then there is an elf.
Yes.
There is an elf legendary Planeswalker. I don't know. I feel like he's going to be green and black. I think he's going to be like the Oppo of Oko.
Let me tell you. I have such a creative mad-on for green-black elves. I've been playing green-black. It's my favorite color combination. I had a very vicious Nath of the Gilt-Leaf commander deck for a long time. I've been brewing something new that I wanted to play on the stream here one week.
The Elf Ball one, right?
Well, something like that. But seeing both this Planeswalker and legendary creature that I want to talk about here tonight, if I can find it on your phone. Here we go. Lathril, Blade of the Elves.
Which is the Precon commander.
She's one of the Precon commanders. She is a 2/3 for 2 black-green. Legendary creature, Elf Noble. 2/3 with Menace. Whenever Lathril, Blade of the Elves deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens. And then she has tap and tap 10 untapped elves you control. Each opponent loses 10 life and you gain 10 life.
She's like a Bolas Citadel or a creature?
A little bit. She's fair because you have to tap her and 10 other elves. So you're tapping essentially 11 elves.
Yeah, but I mean, 10 elves is the equivalency of 2 creatures on a normal person's board.
Especially if you're playing a dedicated elf token deck like she would be. But
I appreciate the support.
I do.
Elves finally got.
Well, I mean, Elves has never been lacking for support in general.
But they've never had black support.
No, and that's where I'm going with this. I especially like the way they're designed. These elves look very ethereal. They all have that pale blue skin, and just
they should, because
heavy stylized tattoos.
The elves in Norse mythology are forgive my terminology, but they're dicks.
Okay.
They're not like your... I mean, don't get me wrong with Lord of the Rings elves, if you want to use those as an example. They were jerks too, but you were able to manage and get along with them.
Yeah.
If there was a reason for the elves to work with dwarves or humans, whatever it may have been, they would do so if need be. But in this world, in this realm, elves want to control everything. You know what I mean? Like they're elves. They're elves to the core that want to control. They want to destroy. They want to disrupt, or they want to be left alone.
Okay.
So like when the dwarves would go to war, or the humans would go to war, or anybody else, the elves would fight back tenfold.
Well, moving forward, Commander, you're excited for, I know, we've been talking, Raynar the Ever Watchful.
Super excited. I really like the blue and white aesthetic for this set. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot of your nobles and your... Like I want a very nice diplomatic deck.
Well, you've got 2/3 legendary creature Spirit Warrior for 4 mana, blue, white, and 2.
Yep.
Flying Vigilance. The first card you foretell each turn costs 0 mana to foretell. And whenever you exile 1 or more cards from your hand and/or permanents from the battlefield, create a 1/1 Spirit creature token with flying. We don't know what foretell is, but I have a sense that we'll probably know soon. A premonition.
Oh, yes.
I dare say I'm foretelling we will hear more about it later.
Is this like a regular premonition or like a Brother Nero premonition?
A premonition! God, I miss Matt Hardy.
I think it has something to do with almost to a Sensei's Divine Top type situation. I think we're going to see a card in this set that has to do with that. I think we're going to see something not as powerful as Top, but I think it's going to be, let's say, a 2-drop, right? And for a 1, you can look at the top 2 cards, rearrange them in any order, and then tap to draw it.
I think what's going to happen with Foretell is that there's going to be a subset of cards that have Foretell. It's going to be almost like it's going to be an ability on the card.
Okay.
So you'll have a card that, let's say you'll have a card that's like 3 mana, sorcery, draw 2 cards. This is an example. I'm just making up a generic card. But then it'll have Foretell. You may cast this card. You may foretell this card for a blue mana and exile it from your hand and draw 1 card.
Gotcha. So now you have an exiled card. You get a free dude.
In this case, with Raynar, you draw a card. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll see.
What do you think guild-wise we're going to get? Obviously, we're being shown.
We've seen blue. We've seen black-green. Black-green, it looks like it's going to be about the domain of the Elves.
Sure. Azorius looks like
blue-white spirits. No, looking spirits.
So maybe Valhalla type stuff, like the afterlife.
Okay, so other things we've seen so far. Black-white is going to be the purview of the Valkyrie. Angels.
Yes,
angels of battle.
Correct.
We saw there was a black angel and a white angel that were available in theme boosters. I'm not going to get too in-depth into those, but...
No, yeah, so black and white's going to be a thing. Boros is going to be a thing.
Boros is going to be a lot of dwarves delving for equipment. We saw the return of vehicles.
Yes.
In 2 cards. Vehicles. One was a red vehicle, which appeared to be like a treasure card. And then there was a white card that essentially crewed all of your vehicles.
How about this, the Pyre of Heroes?
A lot of my playgroups have been discussing that card in length and what that card's going to work in or how that card's going to function. I don't know. Pyre of Heroes. Joe, you want to read it off or you want me to?
Yeah. So, it is 2 for Pyre of Heroes, colorless, artifact, tap 2, sack a creature, search your library for a creature that shares a creature type with the sacrificed creature and has converted mana cost equal to 1 plus that creature's CMC. Put that card onto the battlefield, shuffle your library, and activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery.
I mean, it's a very fair birthing pod. It's incredibly fair.
How wouldn't it be fair?
No, I'm saying like they specifically have they're making you jump through more hoops to make the card more fair.
I mean I think it's going to be an auto include in any tribal deck. Slivers is going to have to play it.
I think Slivers will play it.
Elves will play it.
Any changeling deck will probably
Dwarves,
play it.
Changelings, yeah.
I don't know if elves or dwarves.
Why
because
not?
you have to build that chain. You can't just slap them all together and hope for the best. It doesn't just grab anyone. It's what is it?
1+.
1+.
Yeah, but elves generally range. I mean, there's that new elf that's coming out now that gives all elves +1/+1 and taps for 3 and a green.
I mean, we'll see how we'll see how it works.
No, I'm saying commander wise.
Okay.
I'm not saying limited or anything like that. I think commander wise, you can easily build a deck to make that utilized.
But moving along,
sure.
A really interesting archetype that I noticed: red and blue giants.
Frost giants.
Frost and fire giants.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that plays out.
I'm not super curious, only because I just hope the giants have good effects.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I saw the one giant that I thought was interesting, where he flings a creature, and if that creature was a giant, the damage is doubled.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a couple. I mean, I know a guy who was building a giant deck. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be difficult to. I mean, there really aren't many blue giants.
No.
Unfortunately.
Up to this point, you've only had, I want to say 3.
There you go. I'd like to see a red, white, and blue commander for giants.
There already is. Ruhan of the Fomori. One of the original commanders was a giant. He was a 7/7 for 4.
Oh, he's the one that attacks.
And attacks a random opponent every turn.
Oh, that's not bad. I could see that though.
I loved my Ruhan deck way back in the day. That's one of my favorites.
But yeah, little things like that. I think that'll be cool. I think we're going to see a lot of synergy. I really think they looked back into. I've been seeing a lot of comparisons to Throne with like cards and synergies and things. A lot of people are really looking forward to doing 7 dwarfs on top of like Torbrand with all the dwarves in the new set and stuff.
Okay.
Like it's definitely going to give a lot more playability to those cards that we put away a couple months ago. You know what I mean? Even in Commander.
Yeah.
Like Throne was the hotness for a couple weeks.
It really was.
But then unfortunately the next set came out and it just left it in the dust. But I think we're going right back to Eldraine.
Well, I don't think I think in terms of like design, we're going back to Eldraine. I don't think we're going back to Eldraine.
Oh no, I'm saying like card synergy.
Okay.
That's all I'm talking about. Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot more cards from Eldraine resurface now, and your standards and all that stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see what the rest of the this week of Metal holds. We'll be getting some more previews tomorrow, and that'll be the end of official previews. Will start up in a couple weeks.
I believe the 7th or 9th or something.
January 7th, 9th, that neighborhood. But as usual, we'll keep it. We here at Scoops will keep an eye on the internet, and we'll pass on anything we see to you guys.
And don't forget, guys, we do have that sponsorship now with Greg's Games.
We do.
If you use promo code SCOOPS at the store on your next purchase, I believe you'll receive 10% off all eligible items that are for it.
Correct.
And that's, again, using promo code SCOOPS. Just let your cashier know when you come in. They'll take care of you.
If I'm your cashier, I'd be happy to, thank you for watching Scoops. And I can also tell you, anything you order from our website, if you use that promo code SCOOPS, Joe will personally hug whatever that item is for you.
Sure.
You'll still feel the warmth when you touch it.
And don't forget to check out our affiliate, Red-Handed Altars, with Katie. She is fulfilling orders at the moment for people who are looking for altars and things of that nature.
She is busting.
She does accept cash and trades and other things of that nature.
Like most altarists.
Of course. So, I mean, I just got one done today.
I just saw your Soul Ring with the One Piece logo.
Yep, and it's for our pirate episode, which we'll be doing in the week to come.
Yes, we were supposed to be filming tonight with Swashbuckle, but unfortunately our area of the country got about a foot's worth of snow dumped on it.
Pretty bad.
It was rough last night. Joe and I managed to dig our way out of our respective homes, though, so we came here tonight to film for you.
Yeah, we got a big game for you guys. It'll be going up Sunday.
Yes.
We have this going up on Saturday, and then the moment we do our Swashbuckle episode, I will have that up probably for Christmas. Yeah, and that'll be our Christmas episode for you guys. So yeah, we can check it out, because otherwise I will not be posting a new episode during that Christmas break. Probably something for New Year's, because New Year's is a hell of a lot more manageable than Christmas is.
Yeah, I can imagine us getting together New Year's Eve filming a game.
Yeah, that sounds easy.
Neither you nor I are particularly big partiers, are we?
No, and I don't think that everyone else that we work around with, I don't think they're too worried about it either. Yeah. But yeah, so that's all we really got for you guys today. I'm Joe at Scoops and Sorcery.
And I'm Sean, Mr. Thursday Night.
And we thank you again, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Also, any questions, comments, or anything like that, please send them to us. We will be doing a giveaway for Christmas.
Yes.
I have my codes from...
We're going to give out some arena codes for the Children's Extra Life Secret Lair, right?
I think it's the Ajani card sleeves.
Yeah.
And then it's a full set for MTGO of the cards from the Extra Life.
Right.
So we should have 2 sets of those to be giving away. Mm-hmm. And just comment down below what you like, what you thought was cool, what you want to see. And also in that comment, put what you're trying to raffle into. If you want MTGO or you want...
that helps us, yeah.
Or you want to do just regular arena. And then we'll take care of you.
Awesome.
All right. Have a nice night, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
See ya.